Mr. Ackerman, cried Gabriel. Mr. Ackerman! I will hear no more from any of you, replied the governor, turning towards the speaker and waving his hand. But I am not one of them, said Gabriel. I am an honest man, Mr. Ackerman, a respectable tradesman, Gabriel Vardman, the locksmith. You know me. You among the crowd, cried the governor in an altered voice. Brought here by force. Brought here to pick the lock of the great door for them, rejoined the locksmith. Bear witness for me, Mr. Ackerman, that I refuse to do it. And I will not do it. Come what may of my refusal, if any violence is done to me, please to remember this. Is there no way of helping you, said the governor. None, Mr. Ackerman. You'll do your duty, and I'll do mine. Once again, you robbers and cutthroats, said the locksmith, turning around upon them. I refuse. Ah, howl till you're hoarse. I refuse. Here, you called. Let's have our friends, master, and you shall have your friend. Is that fair, lads? The mob replied to him with a loud hurrah. You see how it is, sir, cried Varden. Keep 'em out in King George's name. Remember what I have said. Good night. In vain, the basket of tools were laid upon the ground before him, and he was urged in turn by promises, by blows, by offers of reward and threats of instant death to do the office for which they had brought him there. No, cried the sturdy locksmith, I will not. He had never loved his life so well as then, but nothing could move him. The savage faces that glared upon him, look where he would, the cries of those who thirsted like wild animals for his blood, the sight of men pressing forward and trampling down their fellows as they strove to reach him and struck at him above the heads of the other men with axes and with iron bars. All failed to daunt him. He looked from man to man and face to face, and still, with quickened breath and lessening colour, cried firmly, I will not. Dennis dealt him a blow upon the face which felled him to the ground. He sprang up again like a man in the prime of his life, and with blood upon his forehead, caught him by the throat. He was down again, and up, and down once more, and buffeting with a score of them who bandied him from hand to hand. When one tall fellow, fresh from the slaughter-house, whose dress and great thigh-high boots smoked hot with grease and blood, raised a poleaxe, and swearing a horrible oath, aimed it at the old man's uncovered head. At that instant, and in the very act, he fell himself, as if struck by lightning, and over his body a one-armed man came darting to the locksmith's aid. Another man was with him, and both caught the locksmith roughly in their grasp. Leave him to us, they cried to Hugh, struggling as they spoke to force a passage between the crowd. Leave him to us. Why do you waste your whole strength on such as he, when a couple of us can finish him in as many minutes? You lose time. Remember the prisoners. Remember Barnaby.